I've been accused of being obsessed with birds. But I'd have to say waterfalls and cascades would probably be my favourite. I think most people are in awe of the power of a waterfall. And then at the other extreme you have the cascades, which sort of soothe and whatnot. And if that wasn't the case, then we wouldn't have meditation clinics having running water and things like that. And I find that when I'm out bush photographing them, you just forget about everything else except what you're doing, and you just feel this total relaxed sort of feeling, and they're very soothing. But they're also equally quite difficult to photograph well. As a nature photographer, it's my duty or my job to produce images of the natural world that tell a story and then present them to the general public so that I inspire people to have a greater appreciation of natural history. Like most kids, I'd poke at ants' nests and caterpillars and things like that. But then the more I started to look at things, I started to realise the intricate life of the animals, and that fascinated me. And so I went and bought an old 16mm Bolex, went to Kodak, bought a few cans of film, 16mm film, and started teaching myself how to photograph and film. And I just nutted away with it for a few years, reading everything I possibly could, and self-taught sort of thing. And I've never lost that sort of passion and intrigue for the natural world and everything that goes on. I think the most appealing thing for most viewers of photographs of waterfalls is that silky, smooth, it's almost like a painting type image. But then some of the other images I took were, when I got really close, I saw there was actually moss underneath of it. And you could sort of, it looked like a glass sheet over the top of the moss. Light's everything. Well, photography is painting with light. The moments from about an hour before sunrise to about an hour after sunrise, an hour before sunset and an hour after sunset, they're when the light is perfect. A hide is a tool, like a good tripod or anything else. There's often times and places to use it. waterfowl are very flighty, and the reason why they are flighty, particularly ducks, is because in the southern states they get hunted, and so the mere look of a human makes them nervous. And plus, remember, when you're doing waterfowl, you normally got a long lens, a big telephoto, super telephoto, and what's that look like to a duck? Like a shotgun. So they're out of town, you know, as soon as they see you. So again, you've got to get in there and then just sit it out with them. So patience is another virtue you have to have for nature photography, and lots of patience. You don't want to take bum shots of birds, you know. It's not very appealing to the viewer, and it's probably not very flattering for the bird. So you need to always ensure that the bird's eye is pin sharp. You want that little catch light in the eye, otherwise it just looks like a black dead void of nothingness. And preferably you want some sort of action going on. And that's one thing about nature photographers, is they don't do it for riches. People often say to me, oh, if you want to make money, become a wedding photographer. I don't like people, you know. I'm not going to go pamper to all their whims. I'd rather put up with the temperaments of animals. It's a lifestyle, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I mean, over the 30-odd years, I've gone to places that most people probably haven't even read about, but I've been there and I've seen all these wonderful things that go on. And the only reason I got there was because somebody paid me to go there.